because he family.
Right.
Got to show love.
God damn it.
Everything ain't always for the. I'm not trying to kill somebody.
God
you know,
damn it.
let somebody else come up and he trying to build this stuff.
Floyd Mayweather is really against the fight happening. He has warned Anthony Joshua not to go ahead with his match against Daniel Dubois. Even though many people think Joshua has the advantage, Mayweather, who is very observant, believes that Dubois could knock Joshua out during the fight. Thinks that if Joshua ignores this advice and fights Dubois, he might face serious trouble in the ring. Mayweather is concerned that Joshua could end up getting knocked out and might even have to retire from boxing early. Recently, Dubois said he believes it's his time to finally end Anthony Joshua's reign as the top British heavyweight. He's confident that when they meet on September 21st in London, he will defeat the 34-year-old and take over the spotlight. Dubois isn't just saying this for show, and you can feel it because he's training hard every day, making sure he's ready for the challenge ahead. This is why Mayweather just wants the fight to be canceled. Even though Joshua has been in the game for a long time, Mayweather knows that experience doesn't always mean everything when it's time to fight. When that bell rings, it's all about who has the better skills and strategy. Mayweather believes Joshua's years in the ring may not help him as much as people think. What Mayweather has noticed in Dubois is something special. He sees that Dubois has both the brains and the toughness needed to win. Dubois has a way of thinking and fighting that could give Joshua big problems, and Mayweather knows it. In fact, he believes these qualities in Dubois could be enough to make Joshua crumble. Not only that, but Mayweather also knows that Dubois is coming into this fight with a lot of momentum. Back in August 2023, Dubois fought Alexander Usyk, a champion who holds the WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO, and the ring titles. In that fight, Dubois knocked Usyk down, but the referee called it a low blow, which caused a lot of controversy. Many people believe that Dubois should have been given more credit for that moment. Even though the referee's call was questioned, it still showed that Dubois has the power and skill to challenge top fighters like Usyk. Mayweather sees this as a sign that Dubois is more dangerous than people think, and that Joshua should be careful. Even though Dubois lost to Usyk that night, he quickly bounced back with some impressive victories. He knocked out Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgovic, which helped him become the interim IBF champion. This was a big deal for Dubois because it showed he was ready to compete at the top level. Mayweather's warning to Joshua makes sense when you consider their history. They've known each other for a long time and even trained and sparred together when they had the chance. This close bond is why Mayweather is so concerned about Joshua's upcoming fight. Despite their connection, Mayweather is clearly worried about the fight's outcome. He knows that Dubois has shown impressive skills and momentum lately. I know what Joshua is capable of, but I also know what Dubois brings to the table. Joshua's had a solid career, and I want him to continue that. But the best way for him to do that is to avoid a fight with Dubois. It's about being smart and choosing the right battles to keep moving forward. On September 21st, Joshua will try to become a 3-time heavyweight world champion. He will be fighting Dubois for the IBF title. This big match is set to take place at Wembley Stadium, where a record crowd of 96,000 people is expected to watch. Joshua has a lot on the line for this fight. If he wins, he will add another world title to his collection, showing that he is still one of the best heavyweight boxers in the world. The fight is important not only for Joshua's career, but also for the huge number of fans who will fill the stadium. But there is bad news for Joshua. Former super middleweight world champion Carl Froch has been one of Joshua's biggest critics over the past few years. Their relationship has gotten worse since they used to train together. Froch, who is also known as the Cobra, thinks that Joshua's experience could be very important for the upcoming fight. Froch believes that Joshua's experience might help him in the showdown. However, he also warns that if Joshua loses, it could ruin his boxing career. Froch is very clear that this fight is crucial for Joshua. I think Dubois gets in with him and puts it on him. If he believes in himself and sticks it on it, you might see AJ in some serious trouble, Froch said on Stephen Hendry's Q-Tips. Earlier this year, Carl Froch said he had put his disagreements with Joshua behind him. Joshua first appeared at Wembley Stadium as part of the event when Froch fought George Groves in their rematch back in 2014. despite claiming that their feud was over. Frosch's criticism of Joshua has not stopped. Even though Frosch said he had moved on, it seems like he can't stop critiquing Joshua. Their past disagreements seem to still affect Frosch's opinions on Joshua's career. The criticism continues, showing that some issues are hard to fully resolve. Most people will crumble against Dubois, and I think this is Dubois' moment to shine, or his moment to learn the hard way. But he'll be getting paid well. It's a big occasion. He's got such a big opportunity, but if he beats AJ, I think that is the end of AJ. Many people are now rooting for Dubois to win this match. Even some fans, who were once backing Joshua, are starting to switch their support to Dubois. One notable person who has changed his tune is Joyce. Initially, Joyce expressed excitement about the fight and seemed to support Joshua, but his opinion has shifted over time. When asked about who will win, Joyce was initially cautious in his comments. He seemed to be worried that changing his prediction might lead people to question his analysis. Despite his initial excitement for the match, it's clear that Joyce's views have evolved as the fight approaches. I think that'll be a good fight. I'm going to try and be there or watch it and see who's going to be the winner. It's a very tasty fight. I like the build-up where Dubois is coming out of his shell and Joshua's biting back. All that animosity is exciting stuff. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Joyce previously defeated Dubois for the British, Commonwealth, and European heavyweight titles in 2020. In that fight, Joyce caused such significant damage to Dubois' eye that Dubois had to take a knee and quit. Given Joyce's experience with both fighters, he's in a good position to make a well-informed prediction. Initially, Joyce was leaning towards Joshua for the win, but his view has since shifted. Now, Joyce is more inclined to support Dubois in this match. I was initially edging with Joshua, but I don't know, Dubois is coming on. When someone like Joyce changes his opinion about a fighter, it's a big deal. Dubois has a strong chance now. It means Dubois must be showing some impressive skills or improvements. Now, it's not just Joyce who has noticed this. Other experts and fans are also starting to see that Dubois has something special. So, if Joyce and other experienced people are impressed by Dubois, it's definitely worth paying attention to. If Joshua decides not to listen to Mayweather's warning, he can still go ahead with the match. After all, it's Joshua who will be stepping into the ring and not Mayweather. Even if Mayweather thinks the fight might be too tough, Joshua has the final say. However, if Joshua chooses to keep fighting Dubois, he needs to be very ready. Dubois is a strong and skilled fighter, and he won't be an easy opponent. Joshua must make sure he has trained hard and is fully prepared for the challenge ahead. So, what are your thoughts on this? Please let me know in the comments below.